Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to E-Rider Hub, I talk about all things PEVs, scooters, one wheels, EUCs, and today we are on the MX-5 once again. I finally took some time to clean the chain on this bad boy. It was extremely filthy. I had rode through, I don't know if it was a trash bag or what, but it ended up just getting all over my chain. So I ended up cleaning it. It looks pristine right now. I might do a video on how to clean your E-moto. There's tons of videos already online. But today we are in the beautiful sunny San Francisco. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge off in the distance. And we are going to be talking about some new E-motos, specifically the Mantis X PRO. I was super excited to hear that this bike was announced. Looking at the specs, I'm pretty blown away, including the price, but we'll get to that all in a little bit. We're also just going to go on a little bit of a joyride, enjoy the sunshine, the nice views, and yeah, talk about some new E-motos. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I'm going to start trying to pump out more content at least once every 2 weeks. I've been a little bit busy. We also have new gloves that I picked up. These things are amazing. My last gloves were great, but they just restricted my my hand movement a little bit too much. They had big ass knuckles on them, which I don't really need. So yeah, link in description for these. If you guys want to get these, I'll leave a link. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, let's get on this road. There's some nice twisty turvies that I've been practicing and really love to ride on. First thing we'll talk about for this Mantis X PRO is the price. Comes in at $4,400 and you get a 72 volt system, 65 miles an hour top speed, and a 15 kilowatt motor. Yes, you heard me right. That is more power than the bike that I'm currently on for $4,400. The acceleration of the bike is not as quick as the MX-5, but it's pretty damn close. And I don't think it's anything to complain about at all for $4,400. Pretty big steal. The other important thing to discuss about this bike is that it has the same body as the Mantis X and a few of the other models. The mini models it's very similar to. So you should know what to expect when it comes to the frame and the body. It's got the same look, same decal, same everything. Just more power, bigger battery, bigger motor. They actually don't list the battery size online for whatever reason, but I believe it's probably a 72 volt, 35 amp hour. That would be my guess. Based on the range that I've been seeing a lot of people get, it seems like that's the case. Sorry, I just thought I had cops on my ass. What else about this bike? It's 160 pounds, very similar to the MX-5, same weight, pretty much. It's got DOT brakes, which I see a lot of companies doing these days, putting DOT brakes on their e-bikes because they have way more power than they used to, and you need good brakes if you're gonna upgrade or buy an e-moto that has a ton of power. It's like essential, super essential. And it is very windy today, so my apologies if the audio is not coming through well. The fact that Mantis has been able to put this package together for $4,400, especially with the state of tariffs and everything going on in the United States, is absolutely amazing. They did it once before with the Mantis X, and I almost got that bike, as I've told you guys before, but this time around they have like a real contender with the Mantis X Pro. In fact, you don't see a lot of new bikes coming out with more than like 63 or 60 miles an hour, which is pretty surprising. Let's just take in this amazing view. Yeah, as I was saying, the fact that they've been able to put all this together for a nice price and compete with the best bikes on the market is very, very impressive. I'm going to be doing a video soon on another new E-moto called the Vetra Blazer, and it pretty much looks like an Arctic Leopard clone, but better specs. They somehow package even more specs into the bike for about the same price. It's also 160 pounds, 72 volt, 55 amp hour, and it does, I think, 70 miles an hour. It's pretty nuts, the amount of power that these E-motos are coming out with. Something that I think these new E-motos are missing is the variable regen throttle that I get on the MX-5. I use it more than my brakes. It's saving my brakes, and it's better than just a regen setting on your bike. I never really use like level 3 or 4 regen unless I'm going down a hill and I know I need it or I can use it. And it's honestly been working out like really well for me. No complaints there. But yeah, I don't believe that the new, where does this go? Do I want to go up here? Yeah, maybe we'll take a little detour. Let's take a little detour, guys. I don't believe that the Mantis X Pro comes with a regen throttle, which is fine, you know, as long as you have good brakes, that's all that really matters. I think Mantis is really stepping it up. And they have a product that's tried and true. Like I said before, we're dealing with the same body, just bigger battery, bigger motor. And I think they've like found a formula here that works for them and will work for a lot of people. Not everybody wants to spend $6,000 on an e-bike. You know, most people would rather just grab an actual motorcycle, you know? Not everybody's able to go out and afford a Stark Varg or an electric bike of any sort. So I think this is a really good strategy that's working for them. I've been getting better at leaning on an E-moto, which you don't really have to do too much compared to a motorcycle, but definitely helps. I also don't have supermotos on this bike. I've been looking for compatible tires on the MX-5 and I just have not found much at all. Like, you would have to buy new rim setup, and that's going to cost a whole bunch of money. I'd have to pay like $1,000 for a new pair of rims and tires, which is annoying. One thing I did find out recently is that the Chai Batteries is actually testing out some 81 volt batteries for the MX-5. I believe the MX-5 has a different connector than the MX-4. Somebody can quote me on that. But I know of somebody on Reddit who's actually been given he actually purchased an 81 volt, 50 amp hour battery, and obviously had to upgrade his controller too. And that's something I might do in the future. I'm honestly getting used to the hyper mode on this bike. A little bit too much, some would say. Wow, look at that view. That's nice. Anyway, I'll stop blabbing. That's all I have for today about the Mantis X, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Stay tuned. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.